Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Finally a video, right? Okay, so in today's video, it's gonna be pretty simple. I feel like it's gonna kind of go to the basics again. I'm gonna be doing a full foil and I'm going to be using the herringbone technique. Now I have previously done a video on a mannequin, but I believe it was just like a partial, and today I'm going to do it on a real person so you guys are able to see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be working in the back first, just so that if the foils are done processing, then I can pull those foils out. So the way I'm going to be working here is 2 sections in the back. I'm going to go horizontal up. And now for somebody, like if you were to have somebody that has a little bit of wider head shape, then you would probably have to do 2 foils on the side and then 1 in the middle to cover the entire head. But with my client here, I'm able to just go horizontal up, just because at the bottom her neckline is a little bit narrow, so I'm able to like get that hair in 2 foils. That's why I'm just doing 2 horizontal sectioning. But it's kind of just going off of what your client's head shape is. I think probably when it starts getting a little bit wider, right at the top of the ear, I probably will incorporate another foil in the middle, or I will just kind of pivot a little bit diagonal. I'm gonna speed up this part just because I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, oh my goodness, you guys, it's been a long time, so long. I have had this video in my computer for over 2 months, I think. I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. Editing is hard, and I am so behind on like how to edit. One of my issues right now is finding music for it. So I think in order for me to upload this video on YouTube, I'm just gonna have to go off with no music. So yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be, because I don't wanna get frustrated and then not wanna do it anymore. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? So I'm just moving my way up, and then at some point here I'm gonna stop and move to the other section and start from the bottom up. And then I did notice that I could get away kind of like at the top of the head where the shape gets a little bit wider. Instead of adding another foil in the middle, I decided to just switch my, or pivot my sectioning to a little bit of a diagonal. So that's what I would do. And then so again here I'm just working my way up, and I'll add a couple more foils in that top section, and then I'll leave the rest for when I start working in the mohawk section. And this is where kind of like the herringbone technique comes along. And again, I have a partial herringbone technique video in this channel, and it is using a mannequin. So I decided to add another foil here, and then I'll leave the rest for incorporating it with the mohawk section at the top. And so from here we're gonna move to the side of the side sections, and I'm just gonna tell you guys that I take the longest working around the hairline, and the reason why it's because I like to be very detailed there. I mean, I like to be detailed everywhere, but the hairline and the top part is where your client is gonna see every day. So I'm always very like cautious around that area, and I think more when I'm working around that part of the head. So for here, I am doing a little bit of diagonal parting sectioning, because I like that if a client wears their hair up, you end up seeing a little veil of lightness there instead of just one single like highlight, like streak of color. So I just like it to be more like a veil. So I am very detailed around this area, and so I'm working my way kind of just diagonal, but then I slowly start pivoting a little bit more kind of horizontal as I move kind of up of the head, and then so I'll end up just with my sectioning a little bit horizontal when I get to the last foil of this section. I hope this makes sense. So filming this video, I honestly I don't know, I don't want to call it anything fancy. I don't want to be like, oh, like this is a very modern look. I think this technique, it's very it's a basic technique that at the end you will have a beautiful result no matter what. And if you are in a situation where you're new to the industry or in beauty school and you want to try something different than what they teach you, this is a good technique, just because it's pretty self-explanatory, one, and also like if you're like me and if you overthink things, just do this and your results will come out good. And if you want to tweak it, you can always tweak it however you want, because at the end of the day it has to work for you. So hopefully this is encouraging to any new stylists out there, because I know that for me, I wish I had this type of videos out there when I started doing hair. And I know that right now it can get a little overwhelming with the amount of videos you can find on YouTube. So if I can make it more simple for anyone, then I am happy to do these videos. I was not recording on the other side. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so the main thing for this mohawk sectioning is that you wanna do 3 to 4 foils on each side, and you wanna alternate. Now for here, I believe I only did 2, and so sometimes you just go off of what you see. But I noticed here that my foil was slipping down, so I had to remove that and place another one. So you could do 2 foils, you could do 3 foils on each side, and then alternate. It's up to you, honestly. But I typically just do 3 foils on each side, and it's a good way to kind of keep track of things. So here I'm showing you another angle, and my weaving is pretty fine to medium. I want it to be blended, and so I feel like with me, I like to have a natural blended look. I don't typically go for the like thick highlights, but if that's something that you wanted to do, then you would just have to do your weavings a little bit more chunkier, and then leave a little bit of a bigger subsection. So this is my second foil here, and then I will be doing another foil, and then I'll just move to the other side. I so a lot of times I forgot to click record on my phone every time I will have to go mix color, and there are some parts that I did not film. So I do apologize for that. I'm trying my very best to like put everything, but sometimes I will remember to record when I was already like on the second foil or third foil. The video that I filmed using a mannequin with a partial herringbone foil, it's a little bit, I feel like it's more detailed, or at least it's a little bit more visual. So if you guys want to see that before you watch this one, or if you want to go and watch the other one after this one, it might be more helpful, if anything, because I am trying my very best to show you guys how I am foiling here, but sometimes it's like, I don't know, might get confusing on depending on the angle that I'm filming. And so yeah, so if you guys want to check that video out, you guys are very welcome to do so. And if you still have questions, or you have questions, just let me know. I do have my Instagram for hair, for like this channel, and it's Lupe Hair Art. But I also have my page where like it's like for my clients or where I post my work, and that is Lupe C Hair. And so you can message me on any of those Instagram pages, or you can just comment below. I do my very best to reply to every comment. So yeah. So right here, my client is facing almost the camera. I think this was a little weird angle that I filmed. But okay, so now we're gonna start working on that section that we left, and we're gonna go diagonal up. And so I always typically go this way, but you can start doing your sectioning on the other side if you want to, or you can even, do just horizontal up. It's just up to you on this section. Okay, so how do you know when to stop your like the foils from the mohawk section and move to the back? And I have to say that that just kind of depends on the shape of the head. Also, you will know. It's I don't know how to explain it, but you'll know because then I feel like if you keep working, or if I were to keep working on that top, uh, like alternating my foils, I will end up just having very like small sections, and that's when I'm kind of like, okay, now I need to move back because then I can actually grab a bigger section if I start working from the back, and that's just timing. But I do have to say, like, it's you just know. But if you feel like you can still work on that mohawk section, then just go for it. It's all about trying what works for you. Um, but I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do that. If you want to continue working on that mohawk section, alternating, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you just want to switch back to the section from the crown area, you can do that too. I do have to say that a lot for me, it's because I'm 4'11" and I'm pretty short. And so sometimes when I get to that point where I'm like, oh, it's getting harder to reach, then I start working in the back because then I'm not struggling like tippy toeing to try to get to that, try to get that foil in. So yeah, it's just preference, but you'll know. It's a weird feeling, but you'll know when to like start moving to the back section. Either one, you're uncomfortable now, like reaching for the hair, or your arms are getting a little bit more tired, or you find yourself tippy toeing like I do, then that's a good indication that you might start working in the back. Okay, we are on to the last foil, and then from here I'm gonna shampoo and tone, and I'm using Kyun Semi Color in 9.1 and 9.27 equal parts, and let it sit for 20 minutes. And so here is the final look, and it is so pretty, it is so blended. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And again, you guys can create this just using this technique. Like I said, you can't really go wrong with this technique. I also gave my friend a haircut because she wanted bangs, and so I quickly um, film and took pictures of her outside before we did the haircut, and then we came back and then actually did the haircut. And I'm gonna also put clips of like what the hair looks like with indoor light. But yeah, I am very happy with how this came out, and I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it was helpful. Again, you can always check out the other video that I have doing a partial foil using the same technique, but with the mannequin. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. So I'm just gonna leave you with this little video, and I definitely have to work on taking videos because it was very shaky. So yeah, and then here is where we came back and then we cut her hair, and I'll show you what it looks like with indoor light. Okay, you guys, this is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.